Hey everyone, this is Rich Portalans, and welcome to the Start and Grow podcast. Today we have episode 2, prepping for a fundraiser and how it can consume way too much time. So the question is, are you running an early stage company that's fundraising? How do you manage your time and that of your team? That's what we're going to address today. In this short video, we will address some of the issues around fundraising, how to solve for them, and hear from 2 CEOs who have each raised multiple rounds of funding for their companies. First, please hit that like and subscribe button below so we can continue to provide you with great content from leading entrepreneurs and resources. So, prepping for an early stage round takes time and resources that you may not necessarily have, but somehow you need to get it done to maintain company momentum and growth. Some common challenges include 1, finding potential investors. Got to look for those people, and that's time consuming. 2, detailing investors with the requested documents and data from initial contact through a potential raise is extremely labor intensive and time consuming as well. 3, creating and then managing versions of those documents, such as investor data sheets and pitch decks, can be a challenge to track and to manage. So here you're sucking up time once again. And 4, communicating updates to your investor group is very distracting, especially if it's done on an ad hoc basis. So how do you manage around all those things? 1, having access to the documents and data when needed is critical. And 2, finding ways to automate the management process of detailing investors is also really important. These two are obviously correlated, right? And can be solved by organizing your core company documents and data in one system. Here's another quick clip, this time from Balaji. He's the CEO of MedStack, another very successful company and entrepreneur who has raised plenty of capital and has a method for detailing and nurturing investors, potential investors, and advisors.
So I flip it on its head. And the model that works for me really well, and I'm thankful that I had a call with an investor earlier today, not an investor we have, but one we've been talking to, who credited us as doing this better than a lot of other companies do, is the investor newsletter. So, I've forced myself to get into a habit, and I forced myself to get into the habit because I have a calendar reminder that reminds me to do it. Once every other month, I put in a report, and it's in a pretty standard format in the sense that I do it in MailChimp, and then I copy the template into the next update, and I teamed all the content. So, here's our revenue tracking. Here's the updates on our product. I think the sections are product and traction. So I talk about revenue. I talk about customers, like new customers. I talk about new features, and then I talk about finance and fundraising. So over fundraising, I give investor updates. Otherwise, I just kind of go, here's what our runway looks like. Then I have another section on teams. So here's who we hired, and here's what we're hiring for. Maybe brand and content might be another one. I can't even remember now. And I have bullet points on each one, and then at the top, I've got a summary. The whole idea is you can read it on a phone. It's pretty long, but at least the summary is up there. So I put that out every other month. And every time I have a meeting with an investor, I send them the subscription link. Say, this is the best way to keep in touch with what we're doing. And there's a link to the deck and a link to book a meeting with me. And
so this is sage advice for a few reasons. With one newsletter style document, you can update all your investors, the prospective investors, advisors, and collaborators as often as you need to. No more ad hoc updates. Secondly, automating the process will save you loads of time. Trust me. Third, by adding your investor newsletter template to your company asset vault, you will receive automatic reminders to create and add each version, keeping your investors and prospective investor data rooms updated automatically. Building a systematic process that will save you loads of time and aggravation. Here's another thing. I'm a big proponent of having newsletter template from a brand building perspective. Creating Consistency of message and your company's visual elements will set a strong and lasting impression with whomever you need to communicate. There's a company that I advise called Prosper that has perfected this process, and I look forward to receiving the newsletter each month to hear what progress has been made. This benefits me and also the CEO, saving him loads of time and aggravation of having to answer the same questions from various people and update numerous constituents in an ad hoc basis. Okay, so with those pieces of advice, I want you to keep an eye out on our social channel. We're going to post a list of core documents and data that you should be collecting and adding to your company asset vault in the coming days. And if you take a look in the description below, there's a link to a newsletter template that you can use to update your investor group and advisors on a regular basis. As always, please like and subscribe and check out these two great resources which can help you with the aforementioned challenge. First is Fuel. This is an awesome tool for researching potential investors and competitors. Check out Fuel in the link below. And two, Cofolio. This is where you can build a company asset vault and create data rooms on the fly. Okay, until our next video, keep growing your company.